Hello everyone and welcome to APA Little Cup Week 7. I'm going to try this again. I've already recorded this, but unfortunately I was extremely tired. So this is going to be a post-com. Here we are on the screen. We have our opponent, Aurora Infinity. Her team is of course the Timber, Wingle, Purloin, Gumi, Smoochum, Geodude, Salandit, Mareep, Cleffa and Pumpkaboo. And I was kind of expecting Gumi, Wingle, Timber, Geodude, Salandit, and Pumpkaboo, I think, were the six I expected to see. Maybe Purloin. So I was quite surprised to find that that wasn't entirely the case. If you need a reminder on what my team is, we'll just have a quick look into it. It's Aipom, Dupider, Electric, Doduo, Houndour, Seal, Trubbish, Bonsweet, Bagon, and Phanpy. We are currently, as you can see right there, 6-1, and our opponent, she is 2-5 at the moment, which is alright. I think if after this game she may be kicked out of playoffs if she loses, but there's still a chance. I mean, it's only on this game, really. Things have been shaken out. We thought, it'll only be the top 9 people or whatever have a chance, but now it's like, well, top 13, 14. It's only like a couple of people who don't really have the same amount of stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna go get into the game. Here we are. So these are the 6 I brought. I bought the Aipom, which is Choppleberry, so I can take a Mach Punch and then do a bunch of damage to Timber if I need to. I've got the Scarf Doduo, I've got a bulky Electrike, I've got Berry Juice, Haze Trubbish, I've got Emiya, the Phanpy, with just 4 attacks, I think. Maybe 3 attacks, I can't remember. And then the Seal, which is a Perish Trap set here. So let's get into it. Let's go slowly. Okay. So obviously I decided to lead with Doduo because I think I can get a lot of pressure off straight away. And they lead with Timber, which is really, really good. Doduo, I was thinking, well, I think it may only be a speed tie if, with Wingle if she's also Timid Scarf. So other than that, I outsped everything, I believe, which is really, really good. So straight on there. And I can tell, like, they're probably not going to stay in, so I'm going to go for a knockoff here. And they decide to reveal Protect, which is quite interesting because it means it's they've prepped for the fake out and stuff like that on Aipom. They don't want to take that extra damage because after fake out into Tail Slap, like, Aipom had a chance to kill this, so that's important to note. So the Protect is really good for them, good prep on their part. So I hit a knock obviously into it. And they're going to definitely get out. And I get a free knock on something. Obviously I'm Scar, so I get to knock off this Mareep here. Taking 52%. It had a red card. Now that's quite interesting. I don't know why that would be, because my team doesn't really set up. But that's interesting nevertheless. I guess maybe like if it accidentally is an electric type attack and hit my Electrike, for example, it would force it out. Maybe. I don't know. I'd probably just Volt Switch on it anyway, as you see. But yeah, so I go, okay, right, I'm not staying here near because it's electric type, so I'm going straight into Electric, wanting to take an electric type attack. It goes for Rest. I was like, oh, okay. She says that she's got the wrong move here. I don't know what it could have been, but she goes to Rest, and this is like, okay, this is going to be a little bit more annoying. And for once, there's a bit of luck in my favour this game. Both me and Aurora have terrible luck, generally, so it's a nice change to see that for once, so thank you. I'm sorry, but I thank you. So I go for a Volt Switch here, just like, okay, it's probably not going to be able to hurt me too much, it's a random chance, go straight into Phanpy, just in case the electric type's probably only got 1 move that can hit me. I'd expect a HP Ice or something, and it gets a Rest, which is really unfortunate for it, so I was like, okay. I'm going to knock here, because I know that it's probably not going to stay on an Earthquake wanting to die. It wants to keep it around for Doduo, for example, and Seal probably. So I go for a knockoff here, and like literally nothing on her team likes a knockoff. Especially not Pumpkaboo. So this here I've got Berry Juice, and I smack it for 48%, which is really good getting rid of the Evarlite, because now it's a lot weaker. So obviously, as you can see here, I send in Trubbish because I'm not going to stay in on a Giga Drain, and Trubbish is my dedicated counter to Pumpkaboo, which is really, really good. So we're going to be expecting something like a Giga Drain to come off now. There might be a Willow because I've got a largely physical team, but I'm running a special Trubbish this week. It's so good that Trubbish is versatile enough to be either or. So this is really, really good. And obviously I take the Giga Drain here, and that does 14%, which is negligible. And so it's like, okay, I don't need to click Recycle just yet. I go for a Sludge Bomb. Surprisingly, it stays in, and I do 48%, and it Willows me. Maybe it didn't think I was going to stay. Maybe they thought I was going to do a double, thinking they'd switch, which is fair enough, but like, I don't mind just getting a bit of damage onto things, because if I get damage onto her Timber, for example, then it puts it in range of Tail Slap from Apom. If I get damage onto Geodude, it means it breaks its Sturdy, which means I can get rid of it easily. Smooching didn't really matter, but I doubt she's going to throw something so fragile in my face. So yeah. I don't know if she's going to stay in here, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for another Sludge Bomb, like I say. Same reasons as before. And they're actually going to go and, I believe, save the Pumpkaboo here, which is quite interesting. They go into Mareep, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to Sludge Bomb and take 40% off of it. If they decide to knock me down below the 50%, I'll just recycle up. But I get another Sludge Bomb off here, and unfortunately for them, they get Sleep Talk Rest again. So I never really got to see that set. They did send me the Pokepaste afterwards, but it's fine. Yeah, and obviously I say sorry because that's really unfortunate to get 2 Sleep Talk Rests. And Trubbish claims the first kill of the match here. Now, unfortunately, I'm in a really awkward position, being at 67%. I'm just like, that's not enough for me to like be able to recycle off of, like, you know, pop the berry juice so I can recycle. So okay. My dedicated counter to this is my thick. I'm actually Hydration Seal, but she doesn't know that. So I'm going to go in what she thinks is Thick Fat Seal, because it resists ice, even though they're probably going to click a Psychic move, but I'm quite specially defensive here, because it's designed to take on Wingull, and the like. So I come into here, and she sets up a substitute, and I'm like, okay. Luckily, I did like a real quick Google, just to check Perish Song goes through substitute, and thankfully it does. So I just set up a Rain Dance here on their nasty plot. I'm like, oh, okay. Now this is quite interesting. So I think they messed up here, because they go for another nasty plot. I'm like, right, okay, this is scary. I click the Perish Song. I'm just like, okay, they could just switch out. And then they click nasty plot again. I'm like, what? Okay, Max, okay, well, they can't stay in, really. I don't know why. A Whirlpool, get rid of the sub. I'm surprised it did that. Bit of rain, I guess. Obviously, I've not lost any health, so what's the point there? And it turns out they Hidden Power me, so they don't have Psychic or Psyshock, which meant that I think that must have been Hidden Power Fighting, I'm guessing. But yeah, for the Apon, perhaps, or something like that. It definitely wasn't Hidden Power Electric, I can tell you that. So apparently, Smoochum did not have a Psychic move, or if they did have a Psychic move, they didn't click it, which meant Trubbish could have just stayed in, apparently. But yeah, so they didn't click a Psychic move, and then I can just literally just Whirlpool, trap them in on that, and then not wanting to die, just in case I can take a few hits later on, because I can still take on Wingull from this thing. I go into Electrike, and Electrike just dies, like flat out, which is a bit unfortunate, but that means that Smoochum actually goes down to the Seal Perish Song, which is really, really good, because that gets rid of, obviously, +6 Smoochum. It's a threat and a half. So that's really, really, really good. I'm like, it's 5v4 right now. Technically 5v3, I'd guess, because that Pumpkaboo isn't really doing much. Considering the amount of priority I generally wouldn't have across the team, and like I can take stuff with Trubbish, I can beat it with Vampy, with Doduo, with Apom. Like I can beat it with everything except Seal, so it's not too much of a problem. I think, okay, he's probably going to send in she's probably going to send in Trubbish. I've got Trubbish. Geodude or Wingull, I'm thinking. So I'm going to send in Doduo, because obviously it's my lead, it outspeeds everything. And now, this may or may not have been a speed type, but I kill. And if it was a speed type, extremely sorry. But Yeah, that just one-shot the Wingull, which is really, really good because that's a massive threat. And we're all thinking of moving up to tier 1. I don't know why it was a tier 2 here. But yeah, so that puts me in a really, really good position. Now here's where she kind of makes... no, actually, no, this is right, because she goes onto Geodude here, which of course pressures me out. So I'm going straight to Trubbish, and I'm basically sacking it at this point, because I'm just like, okay, Trubbish can take on Timber, but it's kind of the least important member of my team right now. Everything else is a bit more valuable. So I go into this, and I'm just like, okay, I just want to break it sturdy, basically, if I can. And that does 47%. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not, right? I'm not going to go for a Steel War here. I'm just going to drop the 15%. I get a Poison, which is fantastic. And obviously I'm like, okay, right, I'm definitely dying to the next one. So I go for HP Psychic. Which pops it down, pops the Berry Juice, and luckily, because the Poison again, like I said, I was very lucky this match, the Poison breaks its sturdy, which is amazing, putting it into 90%, right, which gives me basically a massive opening for Apom, and Apom is of course carrying, as you'll see here, C-Bomb. He Sucker Punches me, which is really cool, because it means I don't actually take a Drain Punch through Chopper with Timber now, but I C-Bomb and take the kill. I'm like, okay, great, I'm going to have to... I outspeed, so I'm just going to sack Apom here. If he goes for a Mach Punch, if she goes for a Mach Punch, it's fine. I can take the Mach Punch and I still do the damage, and they don't get the recovery. If they go for Drain Punch, then I still get enough damage to basically guarantee a kill with Dodoro. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to Tail Slap, and I outspeed, so they obviously went for Drain Punch here. So as I said, from 70%, that's just unfortunately not enough for me to live it through Choppleberry, and Timber just takes down my Apom. So that's really, really good here, and they put themselves in a really good position if Dodoro wasn't still there. So obviously Dodoro just comes in, and this is where I believe she made a gross mistake, because if she switched into Pumpkaboo here, the recoil damage might have put me in range of a Mach Punch from Timber, which is quite interesting, but unfortunately she decides to stay in, and goes for a Protect, obviously seeing that I'm going to click Brave Bird. I mean, I don't know why I'd be locked into anything else, because both of the remaining things are weak to it, but I locked myself into Brave Bird, obviously. She goes for a Mach Punch, knocked me into 20%, like I say, maybe I would have gone that. I don't know what it would have been. There's a possibility. I think Pumpkaboo is quite low, so maybe not. So either way, I'm not particularly mad there, but oh well. Dodoro basically just Brave Birds here, and whoop, that's the Timber down, and I die to the recoil here, which is really important. So that lowers the differential. Swinging Fampi, I'm just like, I did a quick calc, 12%. Unfortunately for Aurora here, is not enough to lift an Ice Shard, and Emiya takes the final kill. And that was an absolutely amazing game, Aurora. I hope we can see you second season, because you've been an amazing part of the APA. You're the person who sorts out all the doc work. We all heavily rely on you throughout like all the leagues in the API. You're very much appreciated, and I hope you know it. You're getting better, I swear. I know you doubt yourself sometimes, but you're getting so much better as a battler. If you ever need help, I'm here. I'm happy to help anytime. And I'm sure tons of other people will as well, because we want you to do better, and that's what the APA is really all about. It's about growing people as battlers and making sure that they can improve upon themselves. And you know, I'm doing terribly in one of my other leagues. I'm 0-6 right now. It's absolutely terrible, and the fact that I'm 6-1 here now after this battle is just absolutely amazing. I know I accidentally spot it because the stats have already been put in, so if you were paying attention at the start, you would have seen the score. So yeah, I did win this match, but yeah, I'm very proud to have met a lot of people in the APA, and this was an absolutely great match. Some mistakes were made either side. I mean, thank for Perish Song, I guess. Seal, you are absolute god. I am so proud to have you as a mascot. You are cute, and you are awesome and deadly, and that is not the face of mercy. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope to see you next week, where we take on Mio, who is one of the other teams who will maybe be at 6-1 as well. So definitely someone who's going to be making playoffs at this point. Someone we may have to rematch in playoffs as well. Hopefully we can win this, but as I say before, in previous games I believe, we're aiming for 9-3, and this is one of the games we don't mind losing if we don't have to. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.